So once you've opened your image, there's several different ways that you can play around with the contrast and create it into a black and white image. So the first thing you can do is go to Image, Adjustments, Black and White, and that will automatically change it to black and white. And then if you want to play around with the contrast, you can go to Brightness and Contrast. And just play around with these toggles here to see where you get the contrast and how you like it. You can also go to Curves. And this sort of histogram in the background here sort of represents the tones within your picture. You can move this bar up and down into different shapes. If you create an anchor point by clicking on it and make it into an S shape, you can see that that creates quite high levels of contrast there. But you can also play around with the bottom and the top edge and just keep going until you sort of find a image that you like. There's also the exposure, which you might want to play around with, and the gamma correction. The second way of creating a black and white image is to add a filter onto it. So you can go to Filter and then open up Filter Gallery. And then you have a range of different folders that have different types of filters that you can apply to your photographs. So it's quite fun to have a little play around with all of these. But for this one, I'd like you to go to the Sketch folder. And the Torn Edges is usually the one I like to use. Now, if this is happening with you where it's not coming up in black and white, it's coming up in colour, what you need to make sure is that your colour swatches here are in black and white. So I'm just going to double click on there. Click black, click that swatch underneath, and that is on white. Okay, so I'll try that again. Filter, Filter Gallery. And then you can see there now it's come up in black and white rather than colours. It might be that at some other time you want to play around with different colours, but today we're doing it in black and white. And then again, you can play around with these bars to get more or less definition, or more and less contrast. Some of these other ones are quite cool as well, so you could have a little play around. But in terms of photography, probably the Torn Edges one is the one that keeps it most alike to the image.